Hello again, Eben Pinion here, back with another knife review for you. And today, this knife review is going to be on two more rescue folders of mine. The Mtech Xtreme Ballistic knife and the Blackhawk, what's this, Mark II. And this model number, has it on the blade, is MX-A828. Too bad they don't give it an actual name, but... So, going into it, which one would I prefer? Which one would I take over? This one. The Blackhawk I like better. I think it's a better knife. But they still have, again, advantages and disadvantages over each other. So handle-wise, on the Mtech you get nice G10, textured G10 over stainless liners. For the Blackhawk you get, glass reinforced type of nylon material over nested steel liners. And there's some of this, traction tape in it on each side. They both come with pocket clips. This one comes with just a tip down pocket clip only. I have it, I just don't have the screws. I'm using the screws on another knife at the moment, so. But this one comes with a reversible pocket clip for tip down only on either side. They both have glass breakers. There's a carbide glass breaker here. I believe it's carbide on the Blackhawk. And this one's just some hardened steel glass breaker. An advantage this has over the Blackhawk is that it has a dedicated seatbelt cutter. So rather than dolling up the blade or using the blade to cut the seatbelts, you have a seatbelt cutter. Whereas this, you have to use the blade. Both deploy with dual thumb studs or a finger flipper on the Mtech. The Mtech is assisted, so you can get that blade out really quick. Pretty much get it out quick on the Blackhawk as well. Both have drop point blades, and both are hollow ground. Well, it's a subtle hollow grind on the Blackhawk. So both are going to be pretty good for slicing. I think the Mtech will be better at slicing. As far as tip strength, I think that goes to the Blackhawk. The Blackhawk has a much thicker tip, so it's going to be much better for piercing, especially that drop point design, which is almost a spear point. It's definitely going to be effective at piercing. Now, steel-wise, you got an AUS 8A blade on the Blackhawk with a PVD coating, black PVD coating, so a very good coating for it. So it's gonna have good corrosion resistance, but being a US 8, it's gonna have, good enough edge retention and strength. And on the Mtech, you get 440C that has been stonewashed. I'm not sure what this dark part of it is. Kershaw, when they do this sort of stonewashing, it's usually black oxide coating that's stonewashed. So that may be this. It may be black oxide and stonewashed, but it's stonewashed, I know that. So it's going to have, being 440C, it's going to have good toughness and edge retention and decent corrosion resistance. It's going to have even better corrosion resistance with this stonewashing. As far as edge retention, it's probably going to maintain a better edge than on the Blackhawk. AUS 8 is it's similar to American 440B, so it's probably going to have better corrosion resistance than 440C, but not as good toughness or edge retention. Now, as far as comfortability, I have to give it to the Blackhawk. I think it's a little bit more comfortable. It's still fairly ergonomic for the Mtech, but the Blackhawk just feels the hand better. It just feels better in hand. Both are pretty good as far as protecting your hand against going up on the blade. I'd say it's probably a little bit safer with the Mtech having that finger flipper as a guard. Now, lockup, you get for the Mtech a liner lock, and for the Blackhawk you get a plunge lock or a push button lock, like on an automatic. As with almost every plunge lock I've ever had, you get a very slight amount of blade play, up and down. This one's very slight. You do get a safety though. And you push up and then you can't disengage the lock, and so the blade is in the open position. So that's definitely a good safety there, unlike the liner lock. So I would say lock-wise I'd give it to the Mtech, or sorry, not the Mtech, but the Blackhawk. Especially since the Blackhawk you can keep your fingers out of the way. And can't really do it on camera, but give it enough effort you can swing it closed without having your fingers in the way. So that's a very nice thing. Now, jimping wise, they both suck on jimping. Their jimping just really sucks, either one. They both have lanyard holes. I would go with the Mtech on the lanyard hole, being much bigger. You got this little slotted lanyard hole here. Yeah, they're both still pretty good for what they are. Again, they both have their advantages and disadvantages. As far as for righties or lefties, I would go with the Blackhawk, because the button is easy to disengage for either righties or lefties. A lot easier than a liner lock, so that would be my opinion on it. So as is, again, you're left to decide which you think would be better. As for me, I'm going with the Blackhawk, but again, there's some advantages to having this one. So anyway, that is my review, or my head-to-head. Thanks for watching, and God bless.